Hello, Dave Parrish here with Knack Builders, doing another video on some Knack functionality. Here's what I'm going to address today. Delete, or deleting best practices. Um, Delete's a little different than some other basic functions like edit or whatever. It has some complexities to it. It has, once you do it, you can't go back, so you want to make sure you're doing it right. You need to look at your user roles. Um, and make decisions of who has access to delete or not. And I'm going to show you a little bit of a clever trick for controlling uh, how something can be deleted as a safeguard. So I will be back in a minute and jump into this topic. Thank you. Okay, Dave Parrish here with Knack Builders. Back to talk about deleting best practices. Let me get out of this stuff. Now I'm going to note that Knack has an article on, it's fairly basic, on deleting records. You know, where to access delete, how to put it in your live app. I'm going to put this article in the description below, but this is pretty basic stuff, and I'm not really going to get into this today. Assume you know how to deal with basic delete stuff. Rather, I'm going to talk about some of the more nuanced stuff with deleting. So one of the things with delete, let me call up an app here. I'm going to talk delete and user roles. Again, this may be pretty basic, but I'm still going to do it. User roles, if you have user roles enabled, um, if you delete a particular user, a sub account from accounts, it will delete it from, let's say, admin, but it will not delete it from accounts. So if you need to get rid of a record completely, and this can be done through the backend or the live app, you need to get rid of it from account. It will still exist in account, and one of the main reasons is a particular user may have more than one user role, so you can delete them from one particular user role, but they still have an account because they may be in another thing. And as I mentioned before, when you're planning out your apps, it's a real good practice to think through who you want to delete or not, and to figure out where you're going to give them permissions or not. And another side to user roles, it's usually best practice not to delete them at all and rather inactivate them. There's a good chance one of these users is connected to some other role or some other record. A salesperson was assigned this invoice or is on an invoice from 2 years ago, let's say. Well, if you delete the record, that salesperson completely, that will be deleted from that invoice, and you're going to lose the history of who that salesperson was. Rather, you keep them, inactivate them. They don't have access to the app anymore, but you have a record of that past activity. Let me talk about a few other things. Now, Knack, if you delete something, will not, it doesn't keep a history of it. If you have, well, this one doesn't have the history one, but if you have a plan that you can see the history of the records, you can see who updated, when the field was changes, all kinds of stuff. If it's deleted, it's gone. You will not see it. So you don't have a record when something was gone. You can get them to restore your thing back to a particular point in time, but that has all kinds of other issues. You're going to miss stuff that happened since the restore, and that's just not a good idea. I do believe if you did something really bad in terms of delete, you can get a hold of their support, and the support has a undo type function that they have access to, not you. And if you could tell that if you did a batch and absolutely did, you got rid of certain, I don't know, records, or you could tell them, hey, on this time, on this date, I did this, and I want to just undo it, and I think they can do it. Now, let me show you something else with delete. If you're getting a lot of, your storage is being used up, and you want to get rid of some stuff, well, if you go to your dashboard and click on storage, you can do what's called delete unused assets. Now, what I believe this is they have store past stuff, just like if you need to restore something. You have stuff that's stored on other servers and archives, and you may have deleted an image from a field or a record that has images or documents in it. They're taking up space that are going against your plan. Well, if you use this, again, you go here, you click on your storage. If you use delete unused assets, these are what I was talking about, it will get rid of all those archive stuff. You just have to make sure you don't want them back, because you won't be able to get them back after that. But that often can drop your, depending on how you use the app, drop your storage quite a bit. And another way, Knack doesn't have a function or a task to delete. Let me go to a different app here. To delete records. Let's say you want to delete everything that's more than a year old. Maybe you have a data retention policy, or you just want to get rid of it. You can't add a task that says, okay, based on the age of this record, delete it. It won't do it. It'd be nice if they did. Maybe that's on a list someplace. But what you can do is delete not the record, but the data in the record that is driving your storage accumulation. So if you have a lot of images and you don't need them after a point, you can make a task that says, okay, on this date, I'm going to, let's just call it test. I want to update an existing record, or each record, and what you're going to do is your qualification when will be when it's certain age. You have to do a formula for that. And then you can go to that image record and you set the custom value to nothing. And that will remove that, which can save you some storage. Let me talk about another thing. This will be the last one on delete. But here's something I do often. It's a nice control method. Now here's I'm going to give you an example here. This has an organization has clients. Well, in reality, when you're creating clients or any record, and this, by the way, is going to have to do with related records. Let's say invoices, and an invoice has line items. That's sort of what this is. But you may create someone accidentally, and you just want to get rid of them. Oh man, I didn't mean to do that, and you want to delete them. Or you duplicated it accidentally. Someone else had already put it in. Here's my approach to that, and it works pretty well. Again, this is a safe control. If you delete it, if you created someone accidentally and said, oh, right there, oh man, I didn't mean to do this, and you want to delete them, well, let's say this is an invoice or an order. That's what this is. Now, this particular order, let me go to an order. This is an order, and they have these line items on it. This is all the stuff they got. Well, if you created someone accidentally and need to delete them, chances are you're not going to have all these line items because you put them in wrong. But there's a trick to getting around that. So in this example, if someone, like if you want to delete a client, and a client had more than one order, well, you probably don't want to get rid of that client because they have an order. They have a history. They've done business with you. There's a transaction. It wasn't a mistake. Well, the way I do that is I have a display rule under the delete column that says if total orders is greater than 0, then hide the value. So, and this is a client that has orders, or it could be an invoice that has line items. You're counting to see if there's actual activity there. And those are the people you probably don't want to delete, or do it by mistake because you weren't paying attention to what you were clicking on. So it hides the delete ability, And for you to delete them, you'd have to go to this client, get rid of their orders. And to get rid of the orders, you got to get rid of the line items. It has to be very intentional for you to do that, and which is a great safeguard. Um, Let me see what else I have. You know what? That's about it. This just think about who you want to delete and how you want to control it. A lot of times clients just say, "Oh, can you have them? Let us delete that," and then I have to have the conversation. Well, here's delete and here's the issues with it. So let's talk through that, and it usually is more complex than what they initially thought, but you can work through it. So that's what I got. If you like the video, give me a like, subscribe to my channel, ring the bell, do all the stuff you do for YouTube, and I appreciate it. Thank you.